Hi guys, today I am sharing with you a cash stuffing video. If you didn't watch my last video, I will leave it linked above and below for you. However, I've recently filmed setting up my binders and all things like that, and just kind of sharing a little bit more about why we are cash stuffing and my journey and everything like that. So today is officially my first cash stuffing. I'm so excited to share that with you today. So if you want to see how I cash stuff, then just continue to watch. Okay, so today we are cash stuffing £358.31. We also have some debt payoff to share as well, which I literally did a couple of days ago. And we also have some spare change to also sort through as well that I've been rummaging around and picking up from various places. So to start with, I'm going to count our cash. So this is everything we have here to cash. So I'm going to start by counting our cash. So we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 55. I'm just going to pop this over here. And then we also have our change as well. So we have our 3 and then our 31. And pop that to the side. So to start with, this is the binder that I picked up, and I've already got all of the envelopes inside that I think I'm gonna need at the moment. But I did just kind of wanna premise this video with saying that I don't completely have everything at the moment that I want for this, but I have put off cash stuffing for such a long time now. I've been digitally doing it for a very long time, but I just kind of needed to get started with this because if I didn't, it was never gonna happen, and I really kind of wanna get things sorted so I can really start my journey. So, I actually really like this, and as you can see, it holds everything that I need inside it, including my cards and my wallets. So, to start with, we have nails. Now, I'm actually getting my nails done this week. So for this, I need £36. So I'm gonna grab 20, 10, 5, and the 1. Now, what I'm actually gonna do with the 1 is I'm gonna pop this in here, like so. And then I actually picked up one of these, which I'm actually gonna pop in my binder as well. So I'm gonna pop all of my change in here, and what that actually means as well is that my change at the end of the week, I can then pop into my savings challenges as well. So we've got my nails, that's all in there. Looks a little bit neater like that. And then for spending, I'm actually gonna pop in £5. Then I've got the kids, and we're also gonna pop £5 in there today. I feel like this is gonna be a super quick cash stuffing today because obviously we have nothing really to count. And then we're gonna skip eating out for this week, skip drinks for this week, but we are gonna pop £5 into miscellaneous. And that is everything done for my day-to-day binder and wallet. And pop that aside. So next up, I'm gonna go into my high priority folder. Now to start with, we are going to start with the emergency fund. Now, I touched on this in my last video. However, myself and my husband have done the Dave Ramsey baby steps in the past, and we have done and built ourselves an emergency fund in the past. However, at the moment, we do have some debt that we want to tackle. We don't have a lot of debt. However, we do have debt that we would like to tackle. Now, we had a very good long discussion about what we wanted to do to tackle our debt and whether we wanted to build an emergency fund or whether we wanted to allocate ourselves some sinking funds to kind of cover all the areas that we might need, but actually pay off our debt. And what we decided is that we were going to pay off our debt instead of building an emergency fund and going hardcore into step 1 of building an emergency fund. Because in our heads, what that actually meant is we would be saving money on the interest rates, because a lot of our credit cards really do have high interest rates at the moment. But we also felt like if we then needed that emergency fund, we could use the credit card if we really needed it in case of an emergency. So I know it's not really the traditional Dave Ramsey way, but we really want to get through our debt. We've got quite a few credit cards, but they're all quite little, and we just really wanted to kind of streamline how many payments we're paying out each month. So we are going to start topping up our emergency fund, but we're going to be doing it very slowly because our focus is to clear down the little bit of debt that we do have. So for today, we are going to look to put £10 into our emergency fund, which I still think is a great amount to start with. And obviously we're going to be doing savings challenges and stuff like that, which we may be repurposing and removing money around into different areas. However, like I said, our focus is clearing that debt at the moment. So I have recently made myself this, which I absolutely love. It's the rainy day fund. I've actually made them in all different amounts. I've actually got them as a printable, so you can download them and print them yourself, but I really like these. So I have got the £10 one, which saves 500. So I thought I'm not gonna do 1,000. I'm gonna start off small just because it would kind of give me something to focus on. And I feel like £10 at the moment is savable for me. So I'm gonna color in this. I've actually got one of the kids' pens, and it's not that great, but the looks it. But I've coloured in one of the rainy day ones, which is exciting. I'm gonna pop that to the side. Next up on this one, we're also gonna look to pop some money into personal hygiene. Now, personal hygiene for us is something like dentist appointments, optician appointments, and things like that. So we're just gonna pop in £5 for today. Then next up, we're going to skip household and we're moving on to vehicle maintenance. Now, we have actually just had to spend out just literally 2 weeks ago, £700 on new car brakes, so the pads and the discs, alongside also needing to spend money out on 2 new tyres. So we have spent out a lot of money on vehicle maintenance, and I really just kind of want to top this back up. I don't imminently see anything needing to be done at the moment, but I do want to start popping some money away for when new tyres may be needed or something like that. So £5 is going into vehicle maintenance. Now, into debt, I am putting some money into debt. I am popping a tenner in there. And like I said, I do want to start making some overpayments off of debt. So that's why £10 is going in there. And what I'm going to do is at the end of each month, I'm going to unstuff this, and whatever I've managed to save in this debt folder will be getting paid off as an extra overpayment. So I also want to let anybody know that's watching, that didn't watch my first video, that all of these envelopes don't include my bills. My bills have already been allocated for prior to doing this. I also wanted to mention that you would have seen in my everyday cash wallet, there was no monies in there for groceries, and there's not in this either. And that is because my husband gets paid weekly, I get paid very sporadically being self-employed myself. And so what we do is we actually do our food shopping and our fuel petrol top up. And we do all of that on a Friday, and we make sure that we've got everything that we need. And then we literally allocate £10 for extra little bits like milk that we might need or anything else we might randomly need from the shops, but there's not really a lot that we need. So I do have that in a joint account. There's £10 popped away in there as well digitally, so we can use that because we just don't know how much we're going to need for that. And like I said, our fuel is generally already covered. So next up we have pet care, and today we're going to be popping £10. I'm very aware that my dog is due vaccinations. I need to check when she's due them, so I want to make sure we've got some money in there, and I may need to start stuffing this a bit quicker, but I wanted to get some money in there. And then I also wanted to put £5 in for my tax return at the end of the year. I'm not very good at allocating for tax. I've not worked a lot this year in terms of my income because I have had a baby. However, I do know there'll be things like NI and things like that to pay already. And then this one is going to seem quite extreme. It's going to seem like there's a lot going into this one, but we've not been away on holiday for around 4 years or so now. And we had a bit of a kerfuffle with our holiday this year and it didn't go ahead. And we were very sad about it. We essentially needed to shorten our holiday and we could not get the provider to shorten it. We ended up going for a whole complaint with them and everything like that, but we ended up losing our holiday, which is really, really sad. And we did get the money back, but it was just very frustrating that we didn't get our holiday. So in turn, we've already booked our holiday for next year and we are adamant that we're getting it done. So we have already paid off a chunk of money. So I am gonna get some placeholders to pop in here just so we can kind of keep track of where we are and how much we need to do. And I'm also gonna pop a savings challenge in here because I think it'll be great to see that. This week, we're gonna be adding £97 into here. And I've divided that up by how many weeks we need to pay our holiday for. And essentially at the end of each month, I'm gonna pop it in because we need to pay the direct debit each month. So I'm gonna pop the money back into the bank. So it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 97. So 50, 70, 95, 7. And so they are everything that we've got in our high priority sinking funds. Now, next we're moving on to our low priority sinking funds. So like I said, these ones are ones that aren't as essential for us, but still we kind of want to make sure we are allocating for. So first up we have nails, which I've just popped money into. Fuel, I'm not going to worry about this week, nor am I going to worry about groceries because we've already done that. So haircuts, so we're going to add £5 to haircuts. We definitely need some money in there for all of us to get some haircuts. Next up, we are going to skip kids because I've already allocated for them in my everyday spending binder. And we're also going to skip eating out. We're going to skip home renovations. And then gifts, we're going to add £5 into. Now this is just in case the kids have any birthday parties, which I know we do have one coming up soon. So we're going to pop £5 into there. Drinks, we're going to miss. Now this is for things like coffees. And then family fun, we are going to pop a £5 into. It's not a lot, but it's just in case we want to grab anything small. We are really trying to make sure that we kind of do things that don't cost us a lot of money at the moment because we've got priorities of where we want to spend our money, and I don't think everything needs to cost the world. Now, clothing, I am in desperate need of clothing, so we're popping a tenner in there. I don't know about you, but I have a really bad habit of spending all of my money on the children and they always have new clothes and I don't. And I started selling on Vinted, making quite a bit of money through Vinted, but decided to use that money to clear off debt instead of spending it on new clothes, which is what I said the initial purpose was for. So I'm starting to slowly put some money into clothing for me, for kids or whoever. Now we're skipping date night at the moment, we're skipping organising, we're also skipping the garden. I would like to get some subscriptions going in the near future, but also skipping that. And our 10th wedding anniversary is in a few years' time, and I would really love to start saving for that, but we're skipping that as well. So next up, I'm going to be popping some money into karate. So karate and football we have here. I have 3 sons, my eldest 2 sons very much love sports and after school activities and things like that. And so this is something that is really essential for us to be funding into. Now we do pay monthly subscriptions to a lot of their stuff, but we need to pay for things like gradings. We also need to pay for things like new football kits when they arrive and things like that. So that is why I have these in here. So for karate, I'm popping 25 in. So, and then for football, we actually need 85. So my son actually needs a new football kit for a new club that he has just joined. So we need to make sure that we've got some money for that. So that kit is going to cost us £85, which makes me want to cry. So 50, 60, 70, 80, and 5. And unfortunately that kit is not a negotiable, he needs it for the club. So that is what it is. And then we are skipping miscellaneous because I've already done that in my everyday binder. Now the last one that we have is my I'm calling it my events binder. And essentially any events that we have throughout the year, I'm popping into here. So birthdays, back to school, Halloween, firework night, Christmas, all things like that, I'm popping into this binder here, and I think it'll be a good way to save for it. So I am gonna get a dashboard, I think, because I do like the idea of having a dashboard. But to start with, we have back to school. Now we have just done a big back to school purchase and pretty much everything is done. However, we didn't pick up any school trousers. We just picked up a small amount. So I need to go through my elder son's old trousers and see what's still good for my middle son, and then potentially buy my elder son some more trousers as well, because he only has a couple of pairs and he goes through trousers like anything. So just for back to school, I'm going to pop a £5 in there just to get this started for after the October half term, more than likely. Then next up we have Halloween, and again we are going to need to get things like costumes, pumpkin picking, all things like that. So again, I wanted to allocate some money, so I'm going to pop £10 into Halloween. Then we have firework night. Now I'm just going to start off with this. We generally go out of a firework night, but sometimes there's an admission charge, or the children want those lightsabery things, or candy floss, or hot dogs, or whatever it may be. So I'm going to pop a £5 into there. And then we're going to skip parents, we're going to skip Black Friday, and then we're going to start working on Christmas. So Christmas is going to get £10, which I have here, 5 and 10. And we're just going to start that off. Now I do actually have plans of Christmas. I am due in some money from some work that I've recently done, which is pretty much going to cover all of Christmas and my son's birthday. But in the meantime, I'm going to start saving just in case, because I don't know when that money is going to reach me. Being self-employed, money can fluctuate when invoices are paid and things like that. So I do just want to start putting money aside just on the off chance that I want to start buying some gifts in the meantime. And then I'm leaving everything else for the time being. So I also just wanted to touch on the fact that I was very specific when I drew out this money today. We are doing the zero-based cash budgeting method, whereby every penny is literally allocated. And the cashier actually said to me, "Why so precise?" Has anyone ever had that, where you've been questioned as to why your money was so precise that you wanted? I did feel a little bit embarrassed, but I just said it was for work purposes and moved on. But I did kind of think, well, stop being so nosy. But yeah, it did kind of make me a little bit nervous, and I kind of thought, actually, why am I being nervous? It doesn't matter. However, that is all of our cash. Now, I haven't yet gotten around to generating like a penny savings challenge or anything like that as of yet. So I'll probably get one created for next week's video. However, I did want to just get all of my change stuffed, and obviously I'm then going to start accruing more change as the weeks go on, and we start really using this method. There'll be more change generated. So I'm going to count up the change that I've got, pop it in here. I'm going to take a note of it, and then next week we can start filling in some challenges that I will have for holiday and some other things. I've actually made myself a really exciting Christmas one, which I really, really like. And yeah, I'm going to make some more. So this is the change we have. Okay, so I'm just going to figure out what we've got here. So we've got 20, 40, 60, so 60p in 20s, oh, 80p, and then we've got 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, so £1.80 in silver. And I'm going to pop it into this little pot for the time being. And then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 29p in change. So I'm sure I said that we have £1.80 in there and another 29p, so it means we've got about £2 and 9 pence. So I'm excited to pop all of this into a penny savings challenge. I'm going to pop that in there for the time being, but I will look to buy a bigger container as well, because that's not going to hold much change for very long. So I also wanted to share with you the fact that we also cleared down some debt just a few days ago, which I'm so happy about out of this week's pay. So I'm filming this just a little bit after we've actually been paid, but we actually managed to clear off 2 credit cards in full, which I'm really, really, really happy about. One of the credit cards had a balance of £300, so we managed to clear the entire £300 off of the credit card. And we also had another credit card which had a balance of £199.20, I believe. And we also managed to clear that one down as well. And I'm so happy that we managed to clear that down. That is £500 worth of debt gone this month, which is insane. Now, I would love to know if any of you guys would like to see our debt journey as well and see us clear down the debt and join us on that. If so, do let me know in the comments below, and I can look to create some sort of debt journey video for you guys as well, if that's something you would like. But in the meantime, I really do hope you've enjoyed watching my very first cash stuffing video. I'm so glad that I finally got started, and whilst it's not perfect, it has been great. You'll have to let me know if the sound and quality and everything else is all okay for you guys. And if there's anything else that I can switch up or change or do better. But yeah, if you are on this cash stuffing journey as well, I would love for you to join me over here. So please do subscribe and like this video so I know that you guys have enjoyed it. And also comment below. I would love to interact with you guys that are on a journey, get to know you a bit better. But yeah, in the meantime, that is everything for me for this week. And I will see you again next week for another cash stuffing. Bye guys.